Hello
Hey
guys.
and welcome to a new video. Today we have traveled back to the Middle Age.
We are giving you the welcome from the Danish garden in Tallinn. We are in Estonia right now, the last destination from the Baltic country. We will gonna explore a little bit, like as you can see, the Middle Age area. We will gonna explore the traditional food as well, important places that you must to visit when you come here, and many more things that we will find here.
Yeah.
So welcome to enjoy the video with us, and let's go.
Cool.
Go. Hello guys and welcome back to another video in our channel. With this trip we finally complete our Baltic capitals trilogy, Riga, Vilnius and Tallinn. But don't think these three cities are all that Baltics have to offer. There are still so many places to explore, so many stories to discover and plenty of reasons for us to come back and experience this culture and a little bit more deeply. Let's start this vlog with the basic. It may sound a little cliché, but it's definitely used if you are planning a trip to Tallinn. How do you get to Estonia? We arrived by plane, but many tourists visit Tallinn for just one day, taking a ferry from Sweden, Finland or even Åland. You can also reach Estonia by bus or car from the neighborhood Baltic countries. However, traveling across the border between Estonia and Russia has become more complicated due to the Russian war against Ukraine. So make sure to check the latest restriction before your trip. As soon as you arrive in Tallinn airport, you will see signs on the floor guiding you towards to the buses and trams, depending on where you are hiding in the city. You will also find ticket machines inside the airport so you can buy your tickets and get ready to go. It is quick and easy. And in 1 hour ticket costs only €2 per person. And here is one important detail. Don't forget to validate your ticket as soon as you get on. You don't want to Tallinn adventure to begin with a fine.
We found really cheap tickets to Tallinn, but that also meant arriving at 7 a.m. when the city was barely awake on a Monday morning. Everything was still closed and checking into our hotel that early was definitely not an option. So with nowhere else to go, we headed towards the city center looking for breakfast. And as we walked around, one thing quickly caught our attention, just how beautiful and incredibly well preserved the city looked. We eventually found a place for breakfast, but we're saving that experience for our food video from Tallinn, so make sure you don't miss it.
We decided to walk to our hotel because it wasn't right in the heart of the city. It was about 30 minutes walking or just 10 minutes in tram. But honestly, we think walking is one of the best ways to discover a new place. It gives you a time to notice the architecture, explore the streets and get better idea of how people actually live there. And along the way, two places really caught our attention. The first one was a small library hidden in the middle of a tiny forest. People can go there, choose a book, sit among the trees and enjoy some reading in a very quiet and peaceful atmosphere. It felt like a little escape from the city. But just 2 minutes later, the atmosphere changed completely. We came across what we looked like an abandoned hospital. The building looked pretty creepy, and there were abandoned cars outside.
We would normally give you a full room tour here, but someone, no names, accidentally forgot to start recording. And when the room tour was supposed to be over, that's when the recording actually started. So I hope you will enjoy this little video of our hallway, the bed, and my socks. We stayed in a small double room at Fonental Design Hotel. The room was compact, modern, and very clean. And the bathroom also felt fresh and new. But even though Gerardo's brother booked the same room type, the layouts were completely different. We got a huge hallway, while he got a huge bathroom, which honestly made me a little jealous.
Tallinn doesn't need a museum to show you its past. The entire old town feels like one. Here, the Middle Age are not locked away behind glass. that are beneath of your feet on the cobblestones, surrounding you in the old city walls and hiding inside in passageways, towers, and buildings that have surrounded for centuries. Considered one of the best preserved medieval old towns in Europe and recognized as UNESCO World Heritage Sites, this place seems to have resisted the passage of time. With medieval restaurants, tiny antique shops, and narrow streets that invite you to get lost, walking through Tallinn feels less like visiting a city and more like stepping into another time. As we continue walking, we reach one of the Tallinn's most popular places, the Danish King Garden. We are right now here under Claudius, one of the 3 monks that are in the Danish garden. They are very famous.
But why are they without face? It looks very creepy.
I know, they are very creepy. There is like 2 stories. One of the first story is that these 3 monks were praying in a Danish word that they have from the king something. And when they were making the praying, it get like a red sky that will gonna give the king like the encourage and the value for win the war. And that's why the Danish flag is in that color, like red with white. That's the first story. And they were conserved in this garden because they also represent like the ghosts that are here in Tallinn and all the supernatural stories and things like that. But then the other one that I was checking, and it has as well very fascinating, is that the 3 monks, they have a love, and they were in love for the same person, for the same woman. And then in the monastery, when they discovered that the 3 brothers, because they were brothers, get in love for the same woman, they got like a black spelling, like a black magic, and they were condemned to stay for the eternity in this place, but without the face. Why without the face? I have no clue. It didn't say what I read.
More interesting.
But that's more like a love story than like a historical story, kind of. But this place is very popular now. It's overcrowded of people, especially Chinese groups, like 2 big Chinese groups, and they talk and they don't respect when people is taking pictures. Anyway, and yeah, basically people come, take pictures. There is one guy with an accordion. It's a super nice place to come to visit. So if you are here in Tallinn, don't forget to come to the Danish garden. At the back of the Danish King Garden, we found a couple of girls offering people the chance to try archery, which felt perfectly medieval for this place. So, of course, we had to give it a try. Why not? What happened? Do you have something to tell to the camera?
That I was the best today. I won. How did it go for you?
It was pretty good actually. Did you saw the number 1 directly to the point? How many points did you make?
More than you, 100% sure.
And I made the most.
First was Jonah, second me, and third one was you.
Huh?
The important, I'm the one that will gonna do the video, and you will see the truth in this situation, guys. And as I made in Riga again, everything on the yellow. Let's go.
Continuing our walk through the old town, we came across Raeapteek, considered the oldest continuously operating pharmacy in the whole Europe. Individual entry is completely free, although larger groups may need to book in advance and pay around €2 per person. Now you may be wondering, what exactly do you find inside a pharmacy? Well, as you probably guessed, medicine, of course. Even today, Raeapteek still operates as a normal pharmacy. The difference is that it also displays historical medicines, tools, and some very unusual ingredients from the past, turning part of the building into a small museum and giving people a very good reason to visit. Some of the strangest items inside that we found was unicorn horn powder, which was believed to work as an antidote against poison and to treat fever and plague. It was also believed to improve male performance. There is a mummy's hand connected to medicine known as mummy juice. For centuries, parts of human mummies were ground into powder and mixed with liquids. People believed it could stop bleeding, heal wounds, reduce pain, and treat stomach problems. Dried toads were also turned into powder and used against serious diseases, especially the plague. Some people even wore them around their necks for protection. Outside the pharmacy, we also found a book explaining how different plants were once used in medicine. But it was written in Estonian, so let's just say we didn't understand much.
Another popular thing to do in Tallinn is to take the ferry to Helsinki for a day. A journey only takes 2 hours around. And guess what? We did it. Jonah was grabbing her favorite salmaki ice cream, and it was also a perfect chance for my brother to visit Helsinki for the first time. But we are saving that little adventure for another video, so don't miss it. But Tallinn is not only about the medieval past. The city also has a modern and creativity areas to explore, and one of the most popular is Telliskivi. Located next to the central train station, this neighborhood has a completely different atmosphere, modern, artistic, and a little bohemian. The first stop is Balti Jamaturg, a large local market spread across several levels. Downstairs, you will find meat, fish, fruits, vegetables, and small food stands. Upstairs are focused on shifts of clothes, local products, and plenty of antiquities. Once you leave the market, you will find several restaurants at the entrance of Telliskivi Creative City. The former industrial complex has been completely transformed for a new generation. Its old factories are now covered in street art and filled with exhibitions, independent building cafés, restaurants, and one of the most interesting food scenes in Tallinn. Another place worth visiting is Rotermann Quarter, a pedestrian area filled with apartments, office, shops, cafes, bars, and restaurants. There is not a specific monument to see there. The real attraction is the architecture. All 19th century factories standing right next to the modern buildings made of glass and steel. It's the perfect example of how Tallinn has transformed its industrial past without completely erasing it. Tallinn is a great destination for a short city break. As a tourist, 2 days are enough for visiting most of the main attractions. But if you are to stay longer, you can explore its Baltic beaches and discover places beyond the Old Town. Traveling to Tallinn doesn't have to be expensive. Flights and hotels can be quite affordable compared with other European destinations. But the food, well, that's where the budget might start to suffer. So don't miss our next video where we will explore more of the city and visit different restaurants to taste some of the best food Tallinn has to offer. We hope that you like this adventure in Tallinn. Don't forget to subscribe and share it with your friends, it will gonna help you us a lot. And also comment in the comments which capital is your favorite from the Baltic countries. See you in our next video. Bye bye!